President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi received the UK Foreign Minister David Cameron. Presidential spokesman Ahmed Fahmy said that Cameron handed President al-Sisi a letter from the British Prime Minister Rishi Sunak in which he congratulated the president on winning a new term. Cameron stressed his country's keenness to continue strengthening cooperation and coordination with Egypt in various domains. The meeting dealt with developments on the regional scenes as the United Kingdom appreciated the Egyptian efforts in maintaining security and stability in the region, as well as the intensified Egyptian efforts on the political and the humanitarian tracks concerning the deteriorating conditions in the Gaza Strip. The two sides also stressed the rejection of displacement of Palestinians and the importance of working to prevent the expansion of the conflict to other parts in the region. President al-Sisi stressed the need for the international community to shoulder its responsibilities in implementing the resolutions of the UN Security Council and the United Nations General Assembly regarding the situation in the Gaza Strip. Foreign Minister Sameh Shoukry received the UK Foreign Secretary David Cameron. The meeting at the Tahrir Palace witnessed discussions over boosting the Egyptian-British relations in all domains, in addition to other regional and international issues of mutual concern, including the situation in Gaza. During a joint press conference, Shoukry expressed the Egyptian keenness on delivering humanitarian aid for the civilians in the Gaza Strip. He highlighted the role of the international community and the Security Council in bearing the responsibilities towards facilitating aid passage to the Strip. The top diplomat added that the humanitarian dimension of the Gaza people has to be taken into account. For his part, Cameron said that the fruitful Egyptian-British relationship is of great importance and expressed keenness on delivering humanitarian aid to Gaza and reach a comprehensive ceasefire. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi received a phone call from South Sudan's President Salva Kiir. During the telephone conversation, President Kiir congratulated President al-Sisi on winning the presidential elections. The South Sudanese president hailed the distinguished relations binding the two nations. He reiterated that South Sudan was looking forward to continuing the path of joint cooperation with Egypt. For his part, President al-Sisi appreciated the good gesture of Kiir and affirmed that Egypt is keen on supporting South Sudan and expanding bilateral cooperation with it in various domains. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi held a meeting with the Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli, the Minister of Transport, Lieutenant General Kamel al-Wazir, Commander of the Navy Lieutenant General Ashraf Atwa, and the Head of the Armed Forces Engineering Authority Major General Ahmed al-Azzazi. Presidential spokesman Ahmed Fahmy stated that during the meeting, President al-Sisi was briefed on the developments of the national projects implemented by the Ministry of Transport, especially in the Jarjoub development project. In this context, President al-Sisi directed to continue work on implementing the project on an optimal manner to exploit the characteristics of the region and to attract the population to the region. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi received a phone call from President of Uzbekistan, congratulating him on winning a new presidential term. The Uzbekistan president praised the development achieved in Egypt in various sectors since the president took office. He also expressed his country's keenness on fostering joint cooperation in several domains and continuing coordination on the international issues of common concern. For his part, President al-Sisi thanked his Uzbek counterpart and asserted the desire to enhance the bilateral relations and expand mutual consultations over the ongoing regional and international developments. Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli reiterated that Egypt secured $5.6 billion from selling stakes in 14 state-owned companies. The Prime Minister's statements came after the signing of subscription final agreements of 7 historical hotels. Madhouly asserted that the state financial institution affiliated with the International Monetary Fund made a preliminary study for 50 state companies. Madhouly also illustrated that the sectors of communications, airports, banks and insurance will have the priority in Propositions program. And still in Egypt, the stock market indices retreated, being affected by selling operations by the Arab and the foreign investors. The main EGX 30 index lost 2.14%. The small and medium EGX 70 lost 0.38%. The more expanded EGX 100 lost 0.91%.